Midnight confessions, champagne toasts, a mansion filled with laughter, until the clock struck 12 and the screaming began. I'm Detective Drayk, and tonight we're crashing a party where the guests left. The music died, but the killer stayed. Why keep watching? Because by the end, you'll realize the deadliest secrets aren't buried. They're hiding in the last place you'd ever look. The call came at 12:47 a.m. A 911 dispatcher said a woman was screaming about a body at the Blackthorn estate, a sprawling mansion owned by reclusive tech mogul Vincent Blackthorn. By the time I arrived, the party was over. Balloons sagged, champagne flutes lay shattered, and Vincent's corpse sat slumped in a velvet armchair, a silver dagger buried in his chest. But the real mystery? The security system showed no one entered or left after midnight. The guests were 7 strangers, all wearing masquerade masks, invited for a game Vincent had planned. Their alibis? They'd all been locked in separate rooms at midnight, part of Vincent's twisted scavenger hunt. The killer was still in the house. The audience, you, were with me as I picked through the wreckage. Remember when I pried open the grandfather clock? You thought the killer might leap out, didn't you? Instead, I found a hidden compartment with a note. The truth is in the wine. The suspects were a gallery of secrets. First, Ivy, Vincent's ex-wife, bankrupt, furious, and the last person seen arguing with him. Then there was Felix, his business partner, who'd just been caught embezzling millions. Next, Clara, a journalist, writing an expose on Vincent's shady deals. And finally, a masked stranger named Arya, who'd crashed the party and vanished. But the clues got darker. In the wine cellar, I found a bottle of 1982 Bordeaux, Vincent's birth year, spiked with cyanide. A half-empty glass sat on the bar, his fingerprints smudged. Suicide. Number the dagger wound was too clean, too angry. Then I noticed the portraits lining the hall. All 7 guests were painted decades before they were born, except Arya. Her face was scratched out. You shouted, "Check the fireplace." Behind it, a hidden passage led to a room frozen in time, a child's bedroom. Dusty toys, a tiny coffin-shaped music box, and a birth certificate. Lila Blackthorn, 1999. Vincent's sister, who'd supposedly drowned at age 6. But the coffin was empty. The guests' masks held secrets, too. Clara's had a micro SD card taped inside, footage of Vincent bribing officials. Felix's hid a key to a safe deposit box stuffed with cash. But Ivy's mask was clean. Too clean. When I cracked it open, a photo fell out. Vincent and Lila alive, standing in front of this mansion. Last week. The twist? Lila never drowned. Vincent had faked her death to protect her from their abusive father. She'd lived in the hidden room, her existence erased, until the party. She'd posed as Arya, lured the guests here, and forced them to confront their sins. But she didn't kill Vincent. She loved him. The real killer was the house itself. Vincent's final game was a death trap. The dagger, electrified. The wine, a test. He planned to kill himself and frame the guests, but someone beat him to it. The final clue was in Lila's music box, a recording of Vincent's voice. If you're hearing this, I'm already dead, and one of you did it. But which one? The answer, Clara. She discovered Lila's existence and stabbed Vincent to protect her story. But as I cuffed her, the lights flickered. The music box started playing on its own. And in the mirror behind me, a figure in a mask smiled. Lila. She'd never left. So you see, this case was anything but simple. A brother who lied, a sister who vanished, and a party where the killer and the victim never really left. But that's the thing about midnight. It doesn't end secrets. It starts them. And this party, it's still going.